the Riot Podcast, Thursday, June 29th edition. Lots of good stuff to get to in the show today, but I got to tell you, first of all, I want to know what you think. There's been a lot of talk over the last week or so about Elon Musk fighting Mark Zuckerberg.
I've heard about that. I've heard about it.
Yeah, I mean, we even talked about it at one point, and every day there's a new headline about somebody who thinks Elon shouldn't do it. Somebody is hiring this person to train them or whatever. Do you think it's actually going to happen, first of all?
I don't think it will. I don't think it will.
The talk that I'm seeing seems so like they're actually going to do it, though.
You know how embarrassing it would be to lose? Whoever loses, you know how embarrassing that is?
When you're a billionaire like they are, you don't have to embarrass yourself. Yet somehow they still find ways to do it all the time.
I think Zuckerberg losing would be more embarrassing.
But it'd be so easy to avoid being embarrassed.
Yeah, I think if Elon Musk beats you in a fight, that's embarrassing.
Yeah. But
I think if Elon loses, that's fine.
Yeah,
if Zuckerberg loses, you look like a total loser.
Yeah. Okay, second question. If you had to fight a celebrity, a public figure, you have anybody in mind that you'd like to roughhouse with?
You know, I've considered this before.
Oh, yeah?
Of people, just like celebrities that I don't really like all that much, or other celebrities that I think I could beat in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
So there's three that come to mind.
Okay, I have three also.
The first one, this is someone that I just don't like in movies.
Mm-hmm.
And he ruined it for me in Maze Runner. I think his name's Will Poulter.
You don't like him?
I hate him in Maze Runner.
Uh-oh, he's in the new Guardians.
I know.
What, do you just not like his face?
I just don't like his face. Like, he's one of those
How would
faces.
I know that unless he just had an unlikable face?
He has one of those faces you just don't like. And in Maze Runner, it's like all-time hate him in that movie.
It
And I think I could beat him up. I think I could fight him. Next two.
He's an actor. He's in pretty good shape, don't you think?
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I've seen him act. He's fine. Next one. This is for my mom. My mom doesn't like Nicolas Cage. He also has a weak chin.
A weak chin, huh?
He's got a weak chin.
Yeah.
So I think Nicolas Cage would be a good matchup for me. He's also much older than I am, too.
He is much older, yeah.
So I think that I have the upper hand. And because my mom just doesn't like him. He's ruined so many movies for her that I think that would be probably just a choice for me.
That's a tough one.
Because he's done my mom dirty.
I feel like he's got to be, again, in pretty good shape to be an actor.
Nicolas Cage, come on. Come on,
it depends.
No chance.
I mean, from time to time, he's been an action star before. So
if you think
like
that Nicolas Cage could beat me in a fight, text that in. I want to hear the people, what they think. Last one. This one is based solely off of I think I could beat him in a fight.
Okay.
That's Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire?
Tobey Maguire.
But how could you feel right?
He's such a soft, sweet guy.
Yeah, Tobey Maguire.
But I'm saying, like, if you want to pick, if I'm picking like an actor,
that
like you're paying me, like if I win, I get paid. Tobey Maguire's up there at the top of my list. He's got a weak chin, number one. You look at a photo of Tobey Maguire, weak chin.
Okay.
Number two, he's soft-spoken guy.
Yeah.
He seems really nice.
He's a lover, not a fighter.
Exactly. So I think I can beat him up.
You're gonna beat up Spider-Man,
and people are gonna hate that.
Spider-Man.
How are you gonna beat up Tobey Maguire? I'm saying if there's money on the line, I'm gonna do it.
And Nicolas Cage from National Treasure and Con Air. Oh man, Face Off. I think he's in. Yeah, that's tough. Okay, I have three also. Ready?
Yep.
Number one, obvious. The Paul brothers.
Oh, Logan and Jake Paul. They're going to crush you.
Yeah, they're going to crush me.
They're going to kill you.
But how much could it really hurt? And think about the payday.
Okay, that's fair.
The payday and the publicity. And just the automatic fact of me fighting them would have so many people on my side.
Tell you.
Yeah.
Be so likable.
I would be a hero until I lost.
But you would for sure
but
lose.
I'd still get a payday.
So you want to fight an actual boxer?
I don't consider them actual boxers.
But they're definitely, of all the people we've named so far, I mean, they're killing everybody I said. They're crushing Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire doesn't stand a chance, even in his spider suit.
So what? They're not going to literally murder me.
They could if they wanted to.
I don't think it'd be that bad.
How does that make you feel?
I mean, I would only fight one at a time. I'm not going to fight both of them. Number two, Urban Meyer.
No. Urban?
Yeah, he's done me dirty too many times. Don't think he's a nice guy.
He's not, but goodness gracious, he's
he's
historic
old.
Buckeye.
He's old. I could take him.
No.
When was the last time Urban Meyer did something athletic, do you think?
I don't know. But either way, he's got that old, got the old strength.
He might hit the gym or something. And he's probably bigger than I think just because he's on the field with football players, so he doesn't look intimidating. But I think I'd stand a chance.
He's 6'3".
6'3". Yeah, he's going to be beat on the wingspan.
He's got your reach by a mile.
That's all right. It'd still be satisfying for me to give it a shot. And number 3, you.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. That's a fight you don't even want to start.
Need to establish my dominance.
Oh, I
feel like you're creeping in on my territory, and I just think we need to remember who's in charge here. And the only way to do that is fisticuffs.
Just like the old man way.
Yeah.
You know, the old style, like manly man days.
Way. Yeah. So.
Yeah, you can fight me whenever you want, anytime you want. Yeah. If you want to do it in the radio, you lobby as long as there are people watching so that they can see that you wanted this.
It can be documented.
I don't want me to beat you up and then afterwards for you to be like, Isaiah, jump me. You know, I don't want to have like the my word against yours thing.
Yeah.
We got to have some people there.
He said.
Yeah, exactly. He said. Yeah. We got to have people there to witness.
All right. Well, the offer is out there, definitely for the Paul brothers and Urban Meyer, for sure. We can do it.
Or like if you guys want to text in, who would you rather punch in the face, me or Hudson?
Yeah.
As of late, whose takes have made you more upset, Hudson or I? And then you can text in if you'd like to punch one of us in the face. Maybe even if you have a certain thing that we've said recently that made you want to punch us in the face. You can text that in too, because that'll be real enjoyable for me.
I'm looking, and our text machine broke.
Oh, all of a sudden.
Yeah, just getting word of that. All right. Well, we will catch you tomorrow for another great show.
Lots of good stuff today. Choice Champions, real good one.
Oh,
real
it's a good one.
Stuff today.
It's a good one.
We'll see you guys soon.
Catch you next time.
Disinformation, mispronunciations, bad impressions. That's Hudson. This is The Riot on Radio U.
Where do you keep your ketchup?
My ketchup. I keep mine in the fridge.
You keep it in the fridge.
I have this little, I don't have like a true thing of ketchup. I just have packets left over from the ridiculous amounts of fast food that I consume.
Yeah.
And so I keep those in the fridge.
But you still keep the packets in there.
Yeah, I have a little cup. It's like my condiment cup.
Yeah.
I've got barbecue sauce in there from McDonald's. I've got ketchup. I've got all kinds of things in there.
But you never keep it outside of the fridge.
Never keep it outside of the fridge,
That's actually crazy to think that you never go and buy Heinz. You never go and buy a bottle of that.
No, because I routinely order Wings Over nearly every Saturday night at the wee hours of the morning. And so when I get that, they give me a ridiculous amount of ketchup, which lasts me throughout the week.
Love ketchup with my wings.
Oh, it's fantastic.
What a combo. Well, I mean, you keep your ketchup in the fridge. I keep my ketchup in the fridge. But it's a long-standing debate, right, of whether you keep it in the fridge or out somewhere. But finally, I think we can put the debate to bed because everyone knows Heinz is the name you trust when it comes to ketchup. And they, on their Twitter account, now granted this was in the UK, but their UK Twitter account said, FYI, ketchup goes in the fridge.
Which makes sense.
Yeah. Then they also tweeted a poll asking where people kept their ketchup, and it was fairly evenly split. About 57% I'm looking at now say they kept it in the fridge, but that means 43% of people are doing it wrong, keeping it outside of the fridge.
Because I saw the other day, I thought about this.
Yeah.
Because I was going through the drive-thru at Dairy Queen, and they just have a big bin of ketchup, like ketchup packets.
Yeah.
Not in a fridge, just a big bin of them. And they just toss them out. And I was like, this is awful warm ketchup. I'm like, is this even good?
Yeah.
Because I always keep it in the fridge.
Well, I think there's two notes on that. One, I believe probably, but I'm not, I can't confirm this, that the ketchup in the packets or in the pump it's preserved differently, right? It's got a different preservative. It's meant to be shelf stable. But two, for the packets, think about this. They're not open yet.
True.
And this is what some people are pointing out is, well, why is ketchup on the shelves at stores instead of in the fridge? And to which Heinz pointed out, they said, where are soft drinks when you go to the supermarket? But where do you put them after you get them and open them?
Same thing with queso.
Any number of things.
Lots of things that are kept warm. And then you have to keep them cold once you open them.
Yeah. Now, what's problematic is when you go to a restaurant and they keep the ketchup out on the table all the time. Just a bottle. You can't trust a restaurant that does that. It says right on the bottle, keep refrigerated after opening, and they haven't been listening. I didn't even think
about that.
Yeah.
You got a Steak and Shake, it's sitting right there. Talk about one of the most open bottles of all time.
Oh, you can't trust Steak and Shake.
No, you cannot. I mean, the top of it's open. Like, it's not even like it's completely sealed. Like, you can just grab it and squirt. That's just how it works. It's those old school bottles. But for me personally, I'm keeping it in the fridge.
You got to
No
keep
way
it in
I'm
the
not.
fridge.
It would last longer anyway, doesn't it? I mean, that has to be a fact.
Yeah, it just makes sense. Now, all that said, 43% or so of people have been keeping it outside of the fridge. And how many times do you hear about rash of infection, people hospitalized?
Death by ketchup.
They believe it was due to ketchup being kept on the shelf. That said, though, it goes in the fridge.
Yeah, you have to. If I come to your house and it's not in the fridge, I'm going to be upset.
Just judging you a little bit.
Yeah, just do it for your guests at least.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The worst of the riot. Radio U.
Domingo Germán, a pitcher for the New York Yankees, threw a perfect game, as they say. 9 innings, no hits, no walks against the Oakland A's. It's the 24th perfect game in Major League Baseball history. But here's a fun fact. First one to come against a minor league team.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're going to do the A's like that?
Yeah.
The Oakland A's?
The Oakland A's, yeah.
They're struggling right now, right? Nothing's going good for them.
No, nothing.
They're in a flurry of trouble.
Yeah, they're the players don't know what as far as the A's go, don't know which town they're going to be living in, but maybe even this season they could get traded the next season because Oakland in the midst of moving to Las Vegas
and
eventually.
They have the worst record in baseball as well.
The worst record, the worst stadium, the worst everything. It's just not good for the A's. And so it went from bad to worse last night when they went through an entire game with no hits, not a base runner to speak of, because Domingo Germán of the New York Yankees shut them down. Big accomplishment, though.
Huge.
Hasn't happened. A perfect game. I was surprised by this.
Let's hear it.
The last time that a perfect game was thrown was in 2012.
No way.
It's been 11 years.
It has not been a decade.
It's been 11 years.
Are you serious?
Since Felix Hernandez did it for the Seattle Mariners. But since that time, see, this is why it feels
there's been no hitters.
There's been a million no hitters.
But
no hitters happen all the time. Yeah.
Different. Go ahead and explain to the public what's different about a perfect game versus no hitters.
Okay. You mean also explain it to you?
No, I know. I can do it.
Yeah.
I can do it. You want me to do it?
Yeah.
The difference is between a perfect game and no hitters. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
A no hitter is when you simply just don't let anybody hit the ball.
Yeah.
People can still get on base. You can still walk somebody.
You could hit somebody.
You could
with a
hit someone
pitch.
if you wanted to. Base runners will get on base. But a perfect game is when every batter that comes up just makes his way right back to the bench.
That's right. 27 up, 27 down. That's how it went.
Just how we like them.
For the New York Yankees last night, pitcher Domingo Germán shutting down the Oakland A's. Big accomplishment. And so congratulations to him. Still hate him, but congratulations. It's not something that has only 23 other people have done it. So.
Do you think it's harder now to do a perfect game? It has to be, right?
It sure seems like it.
Yeah, because it's been so long. And with the whole pitch clock thing, harder on the pitchers, you're kind of rifling them out there. Like, it's not like he was getting big breaks during this perfect game.
No.
Like, he pitched the entire game.
He got the big break of pitching against the Athletics, but that's
that was it.
Yeah.
Because, with the pitch clock and whatnot now, he's firing one after another, so I feel like it's more likely for him to lay one out there and to be sent off.
These days in baseball, you have to pitch the whole game for it to be a perfect game just for you, and pitchers don't really pitch the whole game anymore.
No, never happens.
But he kept it even. This is impressive, too. 9 full innings, 99 pitches.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he was just tossing strikes.
He was just mowing them down. So Domingo Germán, congratulations. You won't hear me say that about a Yankee very often.
Jeez, puts him a couple games ahead of your Boston Red Sox, who were last in the division.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy?
Not good.
My Guardians first, and we have the exact same record.
See, if we could just play the Athletics a few times, I think we'd be all right.
The only thing Isaiah loves more than the riot is himself.
Someone who probably still lives with his mother and hates himself.
You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
I'll tell you what else is fireworks. And something that is easy to forget, depending on where you live, is that you could have an area, because the rules are so different with fireworks from state to state, town to town even, that you could live in an area where everybody shoots off fireworks for the week straight leading up to 4th of July. and that feels normal. That's how it's always been. But for other places, they don't even see fireworks. Like some places, you see not a single firework.
Yep. Which is wild.
Yeah, where it's actually a treat to go see a fireworks show. And this list actually breaks it all down. Some crazy numbers I'm seeing here. The state that imports the most fireworks by dollar amount, and it's not even close. The state of Missouri.
Well, Missouri just must love the U.S. of A.
They love. That's right. There's
Talk
no
about patriotic.
State more patriotic than Missouri. If you break it down by, they have it here broken down by just the sheer dollar amount, and then also to make it a little more fair, right? They broke it down by dollar amount per capita.
Smart.
And no matter which way you slice it, Missouri is leaps and bounds.
Whoa. I'm just seeing the number. That's wildly bigger.
Missouri imported in 2022 $125 million worth of fireworks, which is, yet again, not even close to any other state. Now, even if you break it down per capita, Missouri, about $20 per person spent on fireworks.
Nuts.
In 2022. Number 2 was Missouri's, is it their neighbor?
Yeah, they're neighbors.
Technically,
they're
barely.
in the same area. We all know that kind of area. We mix them all up.
Nebraska came in second, but they only imported $11 per capita of fireworks, and that breaks down to only $23 million. Missouri's just they're way more into fireworks than anywhere else. Who knew?
That's a wildly high number. Because I look at, even if you think about a big state like Texas, right? Mm-hmm. They're ranked number 20. So they're on the upper half.
Yeah.
Texas is huge, and they only imported 32 million.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
They're not even in the same ballpark. I think the closest one I see here was Ohio.
Yep.
Which still isn't even half the sheer dollar amount of fireworks that Missouri brought in. Do you think there's one guy in Missouri that just spent $50 million? Yeah, he's just the fireworks guy.
Just the governor of Missouri just popping off with fireworks. Somebody is. I mean, it's just crazy. It's that much more. Ohio's at 50 million, and that's the second highest number.
Yeah.
And Missouri's at 125 million. Imagine going to Missouri this weekend.
Oh,
and driving around.
What a party.
I mean, it seems like when we say, when we watch fireworks, and we're like, oh my gosh, when's the finale?
Yeah.
Missouri's just doing the finale the whole time.
It's the finale for a week.
The whole entire time.
Yeah. And everybody there has 3 fingers on each hand.
Yeah, they must.
It must be a beautiful sight to see. Well, I guess if you want to plan your 4th of July weekend all around fireworks, Missouri's the place to be.
Yeah, you need to head to that part of the country. Missouri, Nebraska, Kansas. All in the top 3.
The Great Plains.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Find more Riot content online. Riot.radiou.com.
You seen anybody on TikTok particularly live quitting their job? You ever seen this?
Quitting their job while on live?
Yeah.
No, people are doing that?
Yeah, people are streaming. And people have been doing this. I mean, I guess as long as you could live stream, somebody's been doing it. But it really is something that kind of took off in 2021 and now is fairly commonplace, where you would live quit your job, take a video of you quitting, where people do it in all sorts of different ways, where it's just them pressing send on their resignation letter, which
That's lame.
That feels lame to me. That could be fake, easily faked, easily forged.
And who cares?
Yeah.
There's not
an interaction there.
Yeah, I want it face to face if you're gonna do it. I'd rather be in person too if you're gonna do it. If you're gonna do it live.
So some of the better ones are where you would actually go ahead and quit over Zoom, quit over the phone. Maybe you even live stream yourself quitting face to face. And so you might be asking, why are people doing this?
I'm wondering. I feel like it has to be, if I had to guess, for attention.
Well, why does anybody do anything?
That's
online?
What I'm thinking.
Why do we do what we do? Because we're desperate for somebody to pay attention to us. But it's more than that. According to experts, because this is a real trend. I mean, if you search for quit talk on TikTok, you're going to find millions upon millions of results. And so it's a couple things. One is just for people our age and people that are growing up. This is all live streaming everything, especially your big moments of your life. That's normal. Having it online.
I guess so.
Why would you not? You You'd live stream your wedding if you could. You'd live stream who knows what else. Why would you not live stream quitting your job?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like it. I mean, that's like for some people, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For the people that tickety talk.
Yeah.
But the people that just have like a normal life, like me, I don't really do much of live streaming.
Yeah. No, maybe we should, but
I'm not really on the stream like that live stream.
No, if we want the followers and the attention, that's what we need to do. Another thing is that some experts are saying is that a lot of people growing up now, because it's obviously mostly younger people doing this, they saw their parents. It's like a way of making sure they don't turn out like their parents because they saw their parents not have a good work-life balance, get burnt out at work. And they're like, I'm not going to wind up like that. I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to show it to the whole world.
Best of luck.
Yeah, I think that's a stretch.
That's a wild reason to go live and quit.
I mean,
you can quit your job in silence and do the exact same thing. But if you want to go live, go live.
Yeah. Well, but if you're going to quit, why not stream it? Who knows what will happen?
True.
But here's what I think. Here's the real reason I think is that a lot of times when you're quitting your job, it's not like you're not 100% sure you should quit. It's probably, unless it's like one massive thing that happened at work and you're like, well, I'm not putting up with this. I think there's, you're kind of unsure about it, but you're like, a bunch of stuff is built up. I'm not happy here anymore. And so I'm finally going to do it. I'm finally going to quit. It's something you thought about for a long time, but you want people to side with you. And so if you live stream it and then you're going to get a bunch of people showing up in the comments being like, yeah, they're seeing only your side of the story. Yeah, they did suck. You were right to quit. You feel better about yourself. You felt like you were justified, like you did the right thing, where internally leading up to that, you might not have been fully sure.
All I know is if someone ever quits a job and they're quitting to me and I'm on live stream, I'm going to be upset.
Yeah.
That's going to really make me mad. If I see what you live stream the time you were quitting, that's ridiculous.
I just wanted people to see your face, to see what you thought. Your reaction in the moment.
Disinformation, mispronunciations, bad impressions. That's Hudson. This is The Riot on Radio U.
Text the show at 8772 Radio U. In fact, I think it's time to fire up the old Riot hotline.
8772 Radio U.
The question is, what is a food or foods that you can't eat, not because of how they taste, but because of how they feel?
Oh, we're talking texture.
We're talking texture.
It's about time.
Yeah.
This is a big thing for me.
I believe I have more foods that I can't eat due to texture than foods I can't eat due to taste.
Really?
Yeah. I'm a big feel guy. It's one of my favorite senses. And so it really bothers me if something doesn't feel right.
Yeah, I've kind of gotten over a lot of my texture issues.
You've moved on?
There's a couple that I have listed here that I used to not like because of texture, but I have gotten over. And then I have some others that are still here because of texture.
Okay. Would you like to lead off?
Well, let's just knock out one of the ones out of the way that everyone's going to list when you guys text in. Cottage cheese, we get it. It's gross.
Obvious,
like we know.
Obvious choice.
That's like the number one. We'll knock that one out. The next one.
Even though cottage cheese having a moment because it's so great for diets and stuff.
Yeah.
But you have to do a lot of work to get yourself used to cottage cheese.
If it's not in lasagna, I don't want it.
Yeah.
Based solely due to texture and look.
Yeah.
The next one I have gotten over, but this is one that people are going to text in. I'm going to beat you to it before you do it, and that's oysters.
Oysters?
I like oysters. I eat oysters. The texture, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like a thing of snot. That's what it looks like. That's what it feels like in your mouth. I think it tastes good.
It can just slide right down, right?
Yeah, it's easy money, but at the same time,
it's lubricated.
Like, there's no way that you're going to come up with a texture that's worse than cottage cheese and oysters. Let's knock those out.
I think even cottage cheese could fall under this. I am giving special preference to things you have to chew. If it's something you could swallow whole, that was my go-to move as a child. When it was something I didn't want to eat, I was going to find a way to swallow it whole so it didn't have to spend any time in my mouth.
Yeah.
And so oysters and cottage cheese both easily can just shoop right down the old gullet.
Yeah, you
don't have to dwell on it.
I think texture-wise, I don't know if there's a worse duo than that right there. But things that are...
they're definitely up there.
Things that upset me that I'm not able to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Cooked onions. Slimy.
Cooked onions.
Slimy. Can't do it. I like onions.
Uh-huh.
Can't do it. They're too slimy. Next thing, mushrooms. Slimy. I can't do it.
Slimy, okay.
Can't do it. The next thing, mayo.
What?
Based off
What
of
are you
look,
talking about?
cream, mayo, texture, disgusting. It's so
what do you mean
much.
the texture? You could put that on something you wouldn't even notice. Yeah, I wouldn't eat a spoonful of mayo, but
Exactly.
you can put it on something and you wouldn't even know.
The texture of
so
it
the
is just
texture can't be
insane.
that insulting.
If you stir mayo in front of me, I might gag. That's where I'm at with it. The next one I've gotten over, cream cheese, similar to cottage cheese. If you look into cream cheese,
Yeah.
and it's like watery, and you haven't stirred it yet,
Or sour cream.
a gross texture. I've got same thing with sour cream. I've gotten
Yeah.
over it. I like sour cream. I like cream cheese. If I were to show that to a child who's never seen it before, they would say no.
Yeah. No, that's a big one for kids. I remember being a kid too. Sour cream took me a long time before I was ready for that. All right, we're getting a lot of text in. Keep texting in. Foods that you can't eat, not because of taste, but because of texture.
We're not sure who behaves worse, the Riot or their dogs.
I don't even know how to behave like a real human being.
The Riot, Radio U.
Lots of people texting in foods that you can't eat just based purely off of texture alone. I'll tell you here that Phil texted in. Phil saying coconut, can't eat it. Texture based.
And flavor.
Yeah, that's for
I'll
me.
double down with that.
For me, I'm with you. Texture,
A little
flavor.
hairy for me.
There's nothing redeeming to me about coconut.
The stringiness in your
Yeah.
mouth. We all know that feeling.
Yeah,
we don't like it.
That's no good. Paul has a couple seafood options: lobster and scallops. Both problematic.
I've never tried either.
Oh, you would like lobster.
Yeah.
And I have to imagine if you
Is
like
it, like,
oysters,
meaty?
you probably. Yeah, kind of between a meat and fish. And you've had crab, right?
Never had crab.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you'd like crab too. I think. I'd like to think. I'll bring some back for you after I go to Connecticut. Look at
Sounds
some
grand.
lobster. But not for Paul. Is he not interested? Susanna says she loves onions, but if they're poorly chopped into big chunks, that's when it's
Slimy.
an issue. Yeah.
I'm with you on the slimy onions. Against it.
Frog, ironically enough, texted in and said, frog legs. Is that a joke?
It's got to be a joke, huh?
Is that how you got your name?
Oh,
I
because
know
he doesn't like frog legs.
Yeah, maybe. Even though that'd be a wild thing to be named off of. But yeah, and frog legs. I can't say I've ever had a frog leg, so I can't exactly chime in. But he says they're slimy and stringy.
He said slimy, stringy, and overcooked chicken.
Oh,
is the next one. He said frog legs.
Maybe you just had a bad batch.
Slimy, stringy, and overcooked chicken.
He said he had them once and never again. Maybe it's just a bad batch.
Is it time to go back? I won't be the one to tell you to, because texture can be ruined in one time for me as well.
Stacy says she's sure this will be controversial. She says jelly beans.
Interesting pick.
I guess she's not wrong, because I don't like jelly beans, and it's not always necessarily the flavor. There's some jelly bean flavors that are okay, but I don't want them.
I don't like jelly beans either, but it's never been a texture thing for me. I feel like biting into them could be kind of satisfying. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't hate it, but I also don't prefer them, and it can't just be the flavor. My mom texted in, and we agree on this one. This is where I thought I was going to be controversial, and that is celery. I
disagree.
She says the combination of crunchy and stringy, and I would go so far as to say I also hate carrots when they're not cooked.
No, come on.
Yeah, and it's.
I love that crunch. Come on.
That's what I hate. Because a cooked carrot, I will eat. I'll eat it.
No.
Like if you get me a carrot in a pot roast,
hate this.
That's totally fine.
I hate it in a pot roast. I want it to be crunchy. That's the best part.
I want to, because again, I want to be able to just shoop it right down the gullet. I don't want to have to chew on a carrot. I hate that. I hate the crunch. Another one I hate. I just hate a lot of raw vegetables.
Dang, that's crazy.
Because like a raw tomato is going to upset me.
That
was another one on my list.
Squishy.
Yeah, squishy.
I don't like tomatoes in general, but celery and carrots, for those, I mean, I'm taking small bites so that I can chew it more. Like if you give me a carrot that is the size of your pinky, I am probably biting that thing 4 or 5 times. Like I am taking baby bites so that I can just enjoy that crunch of it. And with celery, that's all it is. Like celery has no flavor. Celery has no nutritional value. The only reason you're eating it is because you like that crunch, baby, that peanut butter crunch on top. Oh, it's so good.
I think celery has a flavor, which is why they use it to make celery salt and stuff, and I hate it. I don't like it.
You don't like water?
I don't like that flavor. It messes up the water that I want to drink. JW says he wishes he could eat oatmeal, but he can't.
Oh, I like oatmeal.
Yeah,
that was
would
a
be
weird
tough.
one, too, so I understand that.
Yeah, it is kind of weird. And then D has menudo and boiled peanuts, two clearly southern Texas things that would be bigger if we were there.
Yeah, those are the couple things that you guys don't like texture-wise.
Yeah. I mean, how good would something have to taste for the texture to be bad?
I
and
mean,
you'd still eat it.
You got to think about sour cream,
Yeah.
cream cheese.
Sour cream is good. It doesn't even taste that good, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Add a little Riot to your Instagram feed. Follow @RadioUOfficial. The Riot. Radio U.
The audacity of criminals these days, and just of men, is outrageous. Some people think that men only have one thing on their mind, but I see here that they have two things. Women, obviously, and money. And those two come into conflict. Listen to this. A woman in Indianapolis, your old stomping grounds, was accosted, robbed allegedly at gunpoint by a man named Damian Boyce. This woman had gone out. Her name is Amber. She went out to get her mail early in the morning after she had just gotten home from work. And this guy comes at her holding a gun saying, give me all the money you got, basically, you know. But he sees her. He sees that she's a fine, attractive young woman. And he says, go ahead and add me on Facebook, won't you?
Oh,
Send
no.
me a friend request.
Damien, no.
At gunpoint. He sends her. He says,
Seems
send
a bit
me
aggressive.
Yeah.
Usually I just ask for their name, but goodness gracious.
And so she did it. She sent him a friend request. To her, she said, I thought maybe if I added him on Facebook, he would leave. And he did. So he got $100 of cash and a new Facebook friend.
Is that a win for him? Is that a win? Is that a good Tuesday?
I think he felt
$100 and a Facebook ad.
he was feeling okay at the moment. He was actually feeling so good about how it all went down that he wound up sliding into her DMs, her Facebook DMs from
After
there.
robbing her, correct?
After robbing her.
Yeah,
after the
wow.
fact. Allegedly, this is all alleged technically.
Yeah, of course.
But he says to her that she was too fine to rob in the DMs. Too fine to rob.
Oh, he's smooth, too. He's got that criminal riz.
He says, look, just know I'm going to pay you back. It's a messed up way to meet, but you were too pretty to rob.
Dang, now that's one way to slide in.
That's smooth, right?
That's one way to make yourself memorable. I mean, boys, they say be memorable. Make yourself real unique.
Holding a woman up at gunpoint. That's a memorable way to do it for
and
sure.
And then slide in the DMs just hours later. You was too fine to rob.
She will never forget that.
I'm gonna pay you back, I swear.
It doesn't end there. She says she's at this point. I guess I don't know why you would engage, but she says
she wants to play it along, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, he's not holding a gun to your head now. But she said, "I believe you. I can tell you're sweet. Times just got tough for everybody. I know." That's a nice thing to say. It's a nice thing to say, to still have that kind of compassion in your heart for somebody
and then she called the police
who robbed you at gunpoint. Yeah,
she did. And then she calls the police on him.
But he went on to say he feels like a total jerk. I swear I got you. What's your Cash App tag?
Oh, no.
He said, for real, I'm shifty. We had to meet up on those terms. Chill with me. I swear I'm not on that type of timing.
Shut up. He did not say that.
That's what he said.
Hey, baby, I know I just robbed you. I know I just robbed you at gunpoint, but I swear I'm not that kind of guy.
Yeah.
Give me your Cash App right now. I'll go ahead. I'll send you. I'll send you 50. I'll send you a quick 50 for robbing you. No, I think that's pretty wild. I mean, yet again, the confidence. You know what? I can only respect the confidence.
Yeah.
What more?
I don't know. I feel like having a gun gives you a lot of confidence. A lot of unearned confidence.
Following up and being like, hey, I know I just robbed you. but maybe you're still into me. Like, that's wild confidence. Like, for you to just meet somebody and DM them, like, you're assuming they might be attracted to you. You usually don't DM people that are way out of your league, right? And so for you to DM someone that you just robbed and think that you have a chance, I mean, that's crazy confidence. That's the kind of confidence that you could just walk into a gas station and try to rob somebody confidence. That's what I'm talking about. That's some crazy confidence.
I don't know where he thought this would end, but I'll tell you that she was able to shake him by admitting that she had a boyfriend and also reporting him to the police. So, yeah, he's been picked up on some charges there.
Tough way to go down there, Dave.
Yeah, not the way he probably hoped that would turn out.
You know what? It's like criminal riz. It gets you in trouble. What can I say?
Find more Riot content online. Riot.radiou.com.
It's our Thursday tradition at Choice Champions. Get that texting number ready, 8772 Radio U. Here's how it works. Isaiah and I taking turns. We are going to draft 3 picks each, snake draft style. The best things today. Our topic is things from the frozen food aisle, brand specific. And then it will be up to you to decide. You can evaluate both of our teams, 3 picks each. Which team, which selection of frozen food options is better?
I'm excited. I feel like I've got some good picks here lined up, some good options, some good backups.
Yeah.
But I think that if I can get my choices here, if I pick the picks I want to pick, it's gonna be looking good.
You got a lot of confidence.
Feel pretty good about
despite the fact that so far, as long as we've done Choice Champions, I believe I'm undefeated.
That's a self-proclaimed undefeated.
I've never lost.
I don't know about all that.
And I also happen to have the first pick. I can choose anything from the frozen food aisle.
It's a lot of pressure here because 2 and 3 are planned out for me, so I'm feeling really good.
I am going with, and I don't know if I'll steal this from you or not. I feel like it's probably unlikely to be on your list because I feel like it might not have even been something that crossed your mind. You might forget this is a frozen food aisle option. I am taking with the number 1 overall pick, Steakums.
Steakums?
Steakums.
The wild thing is I don't even know what that is.
Like Philly cheesesteak. The
Steakums?
frozen, the slight, what do you call it? Sandwich steaks. Look up Steakum. It's a Philly cheesesteak. It's just the meat, the flat piece of meat.
Interesting choice. This is a wild pick.
Oh, but they're good.
Are they good? I've never seen these before.
You've never seen them.
I've never seen them.
They're
but
usually,
I'm sure people love them.
Yeah. Oh, they're great. They are great. And that's why I was asking you before, do you get, like, if it's something that you wouldn't just eat the way it comes? Obviously, like, if you draft a frozen pizza, that's just the way it is. But if you draft Steakums, they would come with the bun, right?
Yeah.
And, like, that's included. That's assumed. And so, yeah, I'm going Steakums number 1.
It's just steak.
Yeah.
It's just like frozen steak meat.
Yes, cheesesteak meat.
Gotcha.
Yeah, cheesesteak meat.
I'm with it.
Is the number 1 pick.
It's a good number 1.
It sure is.
I'm going to follow it up with 2 and 3. I'm going to do the double combo. I'm going to do the back-to-back. It's bagel bites and it's pizza rolls. I'm taking them both.
You're going double pizza, but you're not actually taking a pizza.
I'm doubling down bagel bites and pizza rolls. That way there's an array of people that enjoy those. If you don't like pizza rolls, you know what you like? You like bagel bites. If you don't like bagel bites, you know what you like? You like pizza rolls, and one of those 2 is probably your favorite.
If we have an audience of 9-year-olds, I think you'll do really well. But
hey, everybody was 9 once.
Yeah, that's right.
Some of us still eat like we're 9.
And then
Look at me.
we've grown up, and we've got more mature tastes. I'll tell you, though, the next thing I'm going with, you can't do a frozen food aisle draft without picking something from the dessert section, from the, what do they call it, novelties? Good Humor chocolate eclair bars.
Oh, that's what you're going with.
Love those. Out of all, if you give me the whole choice of the ice cream section, that's what I would choose.
Got it.
Love them.
It's a good choice.
I get one more pick, don't I?
You do. You go back to back here.
I'll also take State Fair corn dogs.
Okay, that's a good choice.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that you picked so far that I agree with.
Never miss.
It's a good choice.
All right, you got the last pick.
I'm going to wrap it up with the good olds. This is another one that, yet again, you're going to throw the 9-year-old pick in my face. It's okay. I'm going to just go ahead and triple down with it. I have bagel bites already. I have pizza rolls. And what makes it better than if I just finish it off with Uncrustables? Some Uncrustables. You walk through that aisle, whether you want them or not, you look at them every single time and you wish you could buy them. But sometimes you can't. You can't do it.
Yeah. Well,
bagel bites, pizza rolls, Uncrustables.
All right, bang for your buck. I don't know if the Uncrustables are ever the way to go, but I mean, can't disagree that they're good. They are good. I thought you were going to go Hot Pockets of some kind.
No, that would have been to triple down on pizza. Are you crazy?
So
I did have other things I considered. We can go over our other considerations next.
Yeah. We also had to get all these votes coming in at 8772 Radio U. Quick recap. I've got Steakums. I've got Good Humor Chocolatey Claire bars. And I've got State Fair corn dogs. Isaiah?
I've got Bagel Bites. I've got Pizza Rolls. And I've got Uncrustables.
8772 Radio U. Who wins Choice Champions today?
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The worst of the riot. Radio U.
Doing Choice Champions. Isaiah and I have each selected our team of frozen foods. And it's up to you to decide who chose a better selection. Choice, whatever. I don't know. 8772 Radio U. My team is Steakums, State Fair corn dogs, and Good Humor Chocolatey Claire bars. I've got a meal, an appetizer kind of deal or side, and then I've got a dessert. Isaiah has
Bagel Bites, Pizza Rolls, Uncrustables. I mean, you're eating those at any time, any day. Could be 2 a.m. You're eating those.
Yeah.
9 a.m. in the morning. Hey, pop open one. Midnight, whatever it is, you're eating those.
I'm looking at the text here. Jocelyn texted in. She's on your team. She texted in before we even finished the draft.
Oh, she knew off the rip.
She must really love Bagel Bites.
She loves the Bagel Bites Pizza Roll combo. It's a 1-2 punch like no other.
Yeah. Justin texted in. He says that when you're a parent, you have kids, you wind up eating what the kids eat, and it's pretty good. So that brings him to your team of childhood foods, Uncrustables, and the like. Now, however, I do have to say that D is on my side. She says not only can you use Steakums to make Philly cheesesteaks, you can also use them for tacos, quesadillas. They actually have myriad uses. Yeah.
Versatile.
And they are delicious. So I've got D on my side. I've also got Jay, who said it was a close one, but State Fair corn dogs win it.
Fair.
That's on my team. That's on my team. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. Let's see. Chad is going with you, Isaiah, because of the Uncrustables.
Uncrustables are always going for the win.
Tim says he's voting for the 9-year-olds team.
That is me.
That would be Isaiah. Kendrick, for the corn dogs alone, going with Hudson.
Hey, the corn dogs, when you spit them, I knew that was going to be a winner.
That's a crowd pleaser. Yours is all crowd pleasers. I just think mine is more, it's a complete meal. It's it's definitely not healthy for you, but it feels like something an adult would eat.
Well, the frozen food aisle isn't really a healthy place for you to even visit. If you're eating healthy, you're not even walking down it.
Not unless you're getting bird's eye corn or something like that. And that that wasn't on our list. You got anything that what was close and missed the cut for you?
Some of the ones that I considered, I was right there considering swapping Uncrustables and Texas Toast.
Texas Toast, huh?
Like that New York Texas Toast. We all know the box. I don't even have to talk about the box. We know what I'm talking about. I love Texas Toast. That's like a childhood one for me. My mom used to make it all the time. Texas Toast was right there for me. The other ones that I considered dessert.
Yeah, you have to.
I considered dessert, but
you eschewed the ice cream aisle completely.
I know. I thought about it, and I assumed you were going to take one of mine, but you didn't take either of the ones that I wanted.
I could have gone all ice cream. I probably would have won. But it wouldn't feel right. It would feel hollow. I would have went
with Snickers ice cream bars. Those are right there.
Oh, they're great.
And then I thought you might pick those because they're such a number one for the ice cream food aisle.
They're a great choice.
And if you didn't go with that, I was going to go with drumsticks. Were the other ones I was considering. So if I did ice cream, I would have went with one of those two. I would not have won Good Humor, so that was yours all along.
Yeah.
But Texas Toast was the other one I was considering.
I also thought about some good choices are some kind of like, I don't even know what the brand would be, but like you get Chinese food, orange chicken or General Tso's chicken.
With these
That'd
choices.
be great. Those are fantastic.
Wild choice.
I also considered, it feels crazy that we did this whole draft and didn't have pizza. We didn't have an actual bona fide frozen pizza.
Frozen pizza, yeah.
But I just couldn't decide on a brand. And again, I wouldn't choose a frozen pizza over the things I did choose. But Screamin' Sicilian and Home Run Inn, both great. For even DiGiorno, not a bad option. A few more votes coming in. Kimberly is going with the 9-year-old team, going with you and your Uncrustables. Abby says Isaiah, Pizza Forever. And another Kimberly says she's eating everything in Hudson's frozen food shopping cart. So
There
yet
you go.
again, somehow, against all odds, it seems that I have won.
What are you talking about? You've won. I've so clearly won. I've won.
It was a close call, but as the host, I have no choice but to declare myself the
Anybody
winner.
counting these votes?
The only thing Isaiah loves more than the riot is himself.
Someone who probably still lives with his mother and hates himself.
You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
Got a marriage proposal here that is taking the internet by storm. It has gone viral. It has millions upon millions of views on TikTok and Twitter. Takes place on a plane, but not just on a plane in general. This is the man proposing to a woman as she steps out of the airplane bathroom.
Surprise.
That is surely must have come as a shock, real unexpected.
Super unexpected.
If you're wondering, she said yes. And this guy, for the proposal, it wasn't just him waiting outside the bathroom door. He had the entire plane in on it. He got people to hold up signs. Everybody's filming. And the end result is real sweet, right?
Yeah.
They're getting married. Real cute. However, lots of people take an issue with this, it seems.
It looks cute.
Yeah. She said
The
yes.
background,
What
everyone
else
on
do
the
you want?
plane. It's pretty weird though.
Yeah. Well, some people are saying, you think about it. She might have just been taking a dump.
Did she wash her hands? My next question.
That is questionable. Put that ring on a clean finger, please, if you please. She who knows? There's only a few options, but she was going to the bathroom either way. And I don't think most people don't like a crowd, an audience when they emerge from the toilet.
When I get out of the bathroom, I'm hoping nobody even noticed I walked in there.
Exactly.
Especially when I'm on a plane too.
Uh-huh.
When I'm on a plane, I'm just worried about making it back down the aisleway without bumping into anybody, trying to squeeze back into my seat as quickly as possible without making a ruckus. And so she was for sure shocked.
I avoid using a toilet on a plane if it at all possible.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. That's why you don't drink any water on it. So
Yeah. No, I just wait. I try to keep it on the ground is what I like to do. But for her, think about this too, right? Since it was so widely publicized, again, the entire plane is in on this and they're rooting for it and whatever. But they all just saw her walk out of the bathroom. What if she did what if she did take drop a steamer in there?
Tough look for her.
And then the next person goes in. And they know who to blame that on. That's tough.
Yeah, it's just...
That's a tough one.
Yeah, it's a big surprise for her. I'm sure it was cool. They got married in thousands of feet above ground.
If I'm understanding this right, they got engaged on a flight. They were on their way to Mexico, Cancun. So they're about to have a real good trip, a real good vacation, and now they're engaged. So everything about that is great. It's just...
Oh, yeah.
It's... The only issue is you're just stepping out of the bathroom and that's what you walk into. That's kind of a wild situation. Also, risky on this guy's part because what if she
never used the restroom?
Yeah, what if she never needed to go?
Well, he probably was waiting for the right time. He could have done it any time.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to just get down on his knee on the plane. But when he saw her go to the bathroom, I guess the whole plane was in on it though.
Yeah, he knew he needed to surprise her.
He was just feeding her water the whole trip, I guess.
That's probably what it was with his water bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Add a little riot to your Instagram feed. Follow @RadioUOfficial. The Riot. Radio U.
This guy right here, he's going real far to make a buck. And it's finally caught up to him. I have a guy in California whose get-rich-quick scheme involved cow manure.
Doesn't sound terrible so far.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say, too. If you want to make money, you got to do stuff that other people don't want to do.
That's a fact.
You got to find out what other people don't want to do, and you got to do it. Nobody wants to deal with cow manure. And so in comes 66-year-old Ray Brewer of Porterville, California, who devised a scheme to bilk investors out of money by promising them that he had a cow manure to green energy company that he was working on. He wound
Seems
up,
legit.
Yeah. And what do people want to do nowadays? They want to be green.
Oh, yeah, they do. They
help
want
the
to be green
environment.
so bad.
And you know what's hurting the environment is cows.
Pooping everywhere.
Yeah, the poop, the methane, the farts. It's what I've heard in the news.
What they say.
This guy,
What they want you to believe.
He was just telling people what they wanted to hear. Yeah, I'll take that cow poop and I'll turn it into something positive for the environment. And it worked. He wound up raking in about $8.75 million before it all came crashing down. But then earlier this week, he was sentenced to 6 years and 9 months in federal prison for this scam that he ran for years. And he was really, it was one of those, it's a Ponzi scheme. So he'd convince one person to invest and then convince another person to invest and use their money to pay back some dividends to the person who initially invested, and on it goes. And all along the way, he's forging documents, coming up with fake, construction plans, all this kind of stuff. And people went along with it for a long time before he was finally, from 2014 through 2019, before he was finally brought down and caught.
So he went to jail, or he's been sentenced,
going to jail. Yep,
sentenced to jail for 6 years and 9 months. And he did this for what, 7 years? You said?
Looks like about 5 years.
5 years.
He's got more time. He did the crime. Now he's doing even more time.
And he made about $9 million through that time period.
And
it sounds like he was busy. It sounds like this was a lot of work.
It does sound like it was a lot of work.
And so when I think about it, did he ever get to really just sit and smell the roses,
Or smell the manure? Was he smelling the manure?
It would have been. For making $9 million, he made $9 million in the course of 5 years. I wonder if there was a year where he was able to live it up, If you're going to do something like that,
well,
he's going to jail for 6 years. Hopefully he spent at least one of these years traveling around and enjoying his money before he got locked up.
It says he spent it on himself. He bought up land. He made a custom home. He got new Dodge Ram pickup trucks all throughout this time. So he spent some of the money on himself for sure. And then once he was caught, by the way, once the investors figured it out and started to file lawsuits against him, he moved from California to Montana and tried to assume a new identity before he was
nice
caught.
move. Try to take all your money and go.
He thought he had everything fixed up, but turns out it finally caught up to him. But man, he was invested in this. Listen to this. He would take investors on tours of dairies. He also sent them forged lease agreements with dairy owners, fake loan agreements from banks, phony contracts from multinational companies, and even bogus pictures of machines under construction.
See, that's what I'm saying.
He did it all.
It seems as if he didn't even get to enjoy it. He made all this money. He knew this wasn't going to last forever.
Mm-hmm.
Why would he even, the next thing is, why would he even buy all these things? You know that once you get caught, you're going to get caught eventually.
Yeah.
Once you get caught, the truck gets taken. All these things that you buy get taken. You know what you need to buy? Experiences. Go travel the world.
Yeah, they can't take that away from you.
They can't take those memories from you. They're not going to be able to take that plane flight back. You know what they'll take? They'll take your Dodge truck.
If you travel internationally, you might be able to just stay there.
Just stay forever.
Go to somewhere that won't extradite you.
He got a little bit too greedy.
Yeah.
Right? Just got a little bit too greedy.
He thought he was a criminal mastermind. Not quite.
You just heard the worst of the worst. We'd give you the best of the best, but we'd have to find that. As soon as we do, you'll be the first to know.